this, the nice thing about this technique is whether it's a threat, whether it's attack, whether I'm moving, whether I'm not moving, it doesn't matter. It's the same defense regardless of the situation. Okay, so I'll demonstrate it here static. Okay. Time. Real quick, before I get into the breakdown of that, this here, this is one of our primary clinches. This is called the forearm brace. Okay, my forearm is here, controlling the neck, control the head, control the body, control the neck, control the head. This, I'm stiff arming this arm at the wrist. And the reason for it is, we do wrist releases, right? So here, yeah, right, I have nothing. Okay, I can't hold on. Get ahead again. I can't hold on. But if I get past the center line on the side of her body, whereby eliminating range of motion, go ahead, wrist release. Okay, so I eliminate the weapon. This, I'm actually going to grab the flesh or grab the clothing. And once I stiff arm this and it's behind the center line, I don't have to worry about it anymore. And what I'm doing is I'm actually driving with my forearm against the neck. And this is grabbed for a couple reasons. Number one, I can drive them back and they can't resist. Okay, go ahead, resist. Okay, can't resist. So I'm going to drive back and pull them into a knee, drive back and hit. I'm going to keep them off balance. Again, continue to create pain or injury. So push them back, unbalance them, bring them into a knee, push them back, hit them. Conquer their territory. Okay, it's one of the important principles in Krav Maga, but certainly in warrior class, we emphasize conquering territory, and we don't ever give up the territory that we conquer. So we end up in forearm brace. And when we grab here, the reason that we grab the shirt here is because, put me in forearm brace. Because if she doesn't have this grabbed, okay, and she just has her forearm against here, okay, I can bypass and gain control of the situation. But if she grabs my shirt here, okay, nothing. Now she has control over my entire body. By keeping me off balance, my feet and knees are no longer weapons. This is my only weapon, and what am I going to do with it? While I'm getting pushed around, getting beat up. Not a whole lot. Okay, so the forearm brace is always available to us. That's the position that we're getting into. So with the side choke, I'm going to dynamically pluck and pin. Okay, I don't need to bring it forward. I'm not bringing it way out here. I'm just here. Okay. At the same time, I'm going to drop my base a little bit. Can you see my feet? Here. Okay. And hit. So all those things are happening all at once. Okay. 1, 2, and 3 all at once. Okay. 1. Closest weapon to closest target. Closest weapon to closest target. Now this is pinned. Just bringing it across so you can see. Okay. So here, here, and then I'm going to turn, and I've got forearm brace. Okay. Now, since I dropped my weight a little bit during that defense, and that's really to have a foundation. Because if I start here upright, okay, and I start, the threat can turn into an attack. She could be, he, whatever, could be squeezing my throat, okay, and maybe it's time to escalate. They think it's time to escalate things, and I can't de-escalate. Now they start pushing. Just push with the choke, right? So I'm going to take that step. So as soon as that choke comes in, instead of reacting to being pushed, go ahead again, I'm just going to go for it. Now I control the altercation. Whether or not there's movement or not, doesn't matter. So again, if I'm getting pushed, go ahead, it's going to happen anyways. So we just work it into the defense itself. And so early, again, if I see the choke coming in here, I'm not going to let it happen. Late, the choke is in and I'm being moved. very late would be against the wall. Video probably didn't catch that. Very late would be against the wall. So against the wall here. It's the same thing. Okay, if I'm being pushed against the wall, I'm gonna drop my weight, hit, and conquer territory. Okay, so that's the nice thing about side headlock is it's one technique for whether it's attack, a threat, movement, or stab. All right. Now choke from behind. Choke from behind. Let's be honest here. Is this really a choke? Okay. If her hands are here, go ahead, squeeze. I mean, she can put pressure here, but is it really a choke? You know what I mean? It's possible that someone could be threatening you, squeezing your neck, trying to create pain. Really, what it is more than anything else, in my opinion, is there's a wall, okay, and now it's time to drive your head into that wall. Okay, but let's not throw away the fact that it could be a threat. The person has big enough hands, they can collapse their windpipe, so we can address it. It's fine. So go ahead. So with this defense here, okay, so here. This is pinned, okay? So closest weapon, closest target, closest weapon, closest target. Now I'm going to maintain contact and keep this pinned as I get the underhook. Then I'm going to step through as I'm getting the wrap and move in with the hit. Boom, okay? Reason for it is after I hit, they may decide that they want to take off or create some distance. Maybe their reaction is to pull away. Yeah, absolutely. But maybe they're going to come back in. So I need to control it. If I have this and they start to get away, go ahead. They're not getting away. Now, yeah, keep going, keep resisting. Now from here, I get the wrap. Now I have this. So even if the technique itself, I can't go through because, like any caught animal is going to immediately look to pull away and disengage. I don't want them to disengage to pull a gun, to grab a knife, or just to figure out a different way to re-engage that's worse than the first one. So they came in and maybe maybe they did start with a push. They grab and they start with the push. So I'm here, boom, hit. I'm going to keep this in case they're trying to get away, okay? Because I can just come in with the, get the eye, get the nose, okay? Filter them eyes, take it back, boom, hit, and maintain control. So that's why we keep it pinned and we own it. That transition is where I could get caught. It's where I could lose them. It's where things could get worse. So I want to maintain control over the entire altercation. Now, choke with a push is similar to choke or choke from behind with a push. Again, this is choke late, meaning I had no idea they were coming up behind me. They grabbed my neck and now they're taking me forward. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Here, boom. Now, this is preferable because now I can just move in right here. Punish him. Okay. So with getting pushed here, okay, obviously I need my base. The opposite arm comes up. Same type of thing. I'm going to crush the hand. I'm going to just do it on this side here. Okay, go ahead. Same thing. I'm going to crush the hand. It's this, just I showed in another video. Crushing the hand, jeopardizing their grip, and snapping it off. But now we're fighting, okay? Because we're not entangled. So I'm going to, for the purposes of this video here, shoot up. Whatever leg goes forward, the opposite arm goes forward. I'm crushing this hand here. It allows me to pivot and choo-choo. Look to really capture. I'm not breaking the posture. I'm looking to capture and arm. And it's also to get a weapon in between us. Because again, from here, I can move right in and go for the takedown. I can hit, but I'm not going to get a lot of injury going on there. Maybe if I smash the nose real good, it's better to just go for the go for the takedown. But we have to think about what's really happening here. You know, is someone just going to grab you and, you know, nice and casually push you towards something, an obstacle? No. Most likely they're grabbing your neck and they're trying to ram your head into a wall or something. So if that happens, you may end up with nothing, okay? So go ahead and push like with my foot. I'm here, I end up with nothing. Now what? Now I've got to fight from there, or I just take off. So it's really not a choke. It's more of my neck is being grabbed and I'm being driven in a certain direction. But the way that it looks, the breakdown, how the defense works, it's the same basic principles as a choke. So that's why I consider it a choke. It's why I call it a choke. Is it a choke? No, it's not really a choke. Okay? So that's choke from behind. Again, early, if I see it happening, you know what I mean? See it happening, I'm gonna not let the choke happen. More than likely, I'm not gonna see it happening, and it's going to be late, okay? Unless it's a threat, unless the person's grabbed my neck and they're giving me a stern talking to, trying to create fear or intimidate me, then I can go with the static defense, all right? Next video is just gonna wrap up some of the chokes and headlocks on the ground.